How's it going? I'm Adam from Nothing Ventured Vans from Walla Walla, Washington. We're a custom van builder, and behind me is our latest creation. This van is 2022 Ram ProMaster, 2500, 159-inch wheelbase, high roof, which is pretty much standard. All right, why don't we take a step inside Smokey and see an example of what Nothing Ventured Van tries to shoot for in each of our vans.
I'm Nate Murphy, and I have literally just bought this van to show you how to build a van. We have made a really detailed course which will help you go from this to this. You will learn everything you need. We help you specify your electrical system, and you'll be able to access the community all building their own vans at the same time.
So we work really hard towards making sure our vans are not only capable but comfortable. The first thing I want to touch on in this van has nothing to do with anything I did, but it's the van itself. The 2022s have some elevated infographic features. We got a nice big 10-inch touchscreen up here, leather seats, factory swivels, armrests for passenger and for driver. They've made a heap of changes and they're all good. It drives better than the 2021. It's just a more comfortable cockpit overall. This van is tricked out with basically almost every option Pro or Ram offers. So it's a very well built out van itself. And then that's where we come in. At Nothing Ventured, one of our additional goals is to make every van unique. And while they may share an overarching aesthetic or look and feel, each one is just a little bit different. And for this build, the van came with the two factory swivels, and so for the first time we moved our living space to the front. And in the past we've had them kind of arranged midships or towards the back in a dinette setup. So this is kind of the first time we've built a layout like this, and we're really pleased. It takes advantage of space that would otherwise go wasted. We've got a nice little kind of desk dining area set up over here with the slider window and screen. Just creates a really comfortable place to eat, to work, to socialize, or to just take in your view. And so having this setup really allows us to do a lot of other things in the back that might have otherwise taken up space. So we can have a larger shower. We can have a just over full-size bed, a pretty large galley kitchen, while still having room to move around and have space to entertain. When it comes to entertaining, food, drinks, etc. are usually on the menu, and that's why this addition of this fold-up extendable countertop really kind of finishes off this area. It gives you a big area to work with, plenty of prep space, also doubles as a place for a third party to eat if they'd like to, or do some work, and again take in the view. Also featured up here in our living area of the van, in addition to coat hooks, which anyone who has spent any time in a van knows are the greatest thing to have, because you're always hanging coats and hats and other things. We kind of have our climate control system. Here you've got the control for the Max Air Deluxe fan. It has a thermostat, remote control. It allows you to set a temperature, and if it gets too warm in here, the fan will automatically kick on, start venting air, cool off your van if you have pets, or just want to make sure your van doesn't get too hot while you're out and enjoying the day. On the opposite side of that coin, we've got our Robusto Airtop 2000 heat system. This is fed off of the gas tank of the van. It's a super efficient, very quiet, really clean, simple system to use, where you set your thermostat to whatever temperature you want and off you go. You never have to think about filling propane. It's just heat when you need it. It's a really great system. We're really happy with the install and the location here in the front of the van, where we have it put in here under the footrest. One of the nice things about this is you can kind of adjust the angle of the heat This is a air intake, and what's nice about that is instead of just drawing cold air from outside, if you start pulling air also from within inside the van, that air is easier and more efficient to heat. Your van stays at a more level temperature, or heater doesn't have to work as hard. So that's kind of a nice little feature here. This platform is also removable, so you can access the heater should there be any maintenance issues or anything you want to work on. This little table here is on 500-pound hinges here, so it goes up and down real easy, but it's a super sturdy table to just, like we said earlier, kind of do anything on. We have some nice storage up here above this area. Decided to leave an open shelf. Could have had some more storage if we put in cabinets, but it really felt like it closed in the living space. It just felt better in the van with this space staying open. We're really happy with the decision. It's a huge area. You can put lots of dry goods, food, books, kind of anything up here, and so it's a great little space. Above the cabin, as in all ProMasters, you know, you've got your deep storage area up there, which becomes the catch-all for virtually everything in your van. Kind of moving from the living area to the kitchen. As we discussed before, you've got this 24-inch countertop click up, which gives you almost a 6-foot long counter space, which is a ton of area to work with in a van. It really helps you kind of be able to be working in the kitchen, but also be outside and kind of enjoy the place you're visiting. We got a nice deep 8-inch sink here with on-demand hot water, cold water, all running from here, a little soap dispenser. What's nice about this, and the reason we situated the sink here as opposed to having the induction stove on this side, is if you come back from the beach or you've got dogs or you just kind of need to hose off a little bit, this easily flips around and you've got a nice way to kind of have a quick and dirty outdoor shower. That is if you don't want to use your nice pretty indoor shower. Got a little custom made cutting board here just to keep everything nice and flat. When you're in a van, counter space is key, so even a little bit of extra space like this makes a difference. One of the other added benefits of this faucet is it swivels and gets out of your way, and having stuff kind of move back and transform and open up is part and parcel to making a van functional. Moving back from, I guess, the front part of the kitchen towards the rear, we've got our induction cooktop stove. These are amazing products. This is built into the counter. A little space for the fan to vent here in the back. They're incredibly efficient and cook in, I don't know, a quarter of the time of a normal stove. It's also very, very safe in that it only really heats up when you've got a metal pan, stainless steel pan on it. So that's a nice feature as well. Above the induction stove, you kind of have your command center for the rest of the van. Starting here at the bottom, you've got front and back lights on dimmers. And so you can kind of set up two zones. If you're in the back and you kind of want it dark, you can kind of control them that way. Here you've got a USB and USB-C charging station. Next to that, you've got your standard 110 plug and a switch for your hot water heater. Moving up from there, you've got the Renogy 2000 watt inverter remote. So that's how you are able to run your 110, run your hot water heater, run your induction cook stove. So you click that on right there, you hear a nice loud beep, and next thing you know, you've got shore power all over the place. Well, not shore power, but 110. Below that, you've got our Bluetooth stereo system. 150 watt marine grade stereo system. You step in, it connects, and suddenly you'll have music playing from above, and it is unnecessarily loud. So if that is something you like, this van can bring it probably more than we intended, but we're not mad at it either. Moving over from our robust sound system is Renogy's new One controller. It's a new product that they're just testing out. We've put it into this van. We're waiting to see a few more connections and products come online that you can connect to this controller. But for now, it's a great little way to monitor your solar input, your DC to DC charger, and also you have some switches here on the left and right. You have a water pump switch and a on-off switch for your refrigerator. We like having switches for a lot of these systems because if you're going to leave a van empty for a little while, or even if you're going to just be gone for a couple days, it's really nice just to be able to power down all of these individual elements with just a click of the switch. So that was the thinking behind that. To the right of that, you've got our battery monitor here. It's a Renogy battery monitor, just basically telling you at any given time the volts and amps and watts, all the same thing, just said different ways, coming in or going out at any given moment. So it's kind of a real-time indicator of where you are, your state of charge in the van. And it's just helpful to kind of be able to keep an eye on it and see what kind of power you have coming in or what kind of power you have going out. One of the other features that makes Nothing Vintage stand out is we build all of our cabinetry custom. In-house, we use high quality 3/4 birch plywood and maple plywood and whatever we get our hands on, frankly, these days. But everything is custom made to fit the space. Nothing modular, nothing pre-built. That way your cabinet takes up the exact right amount of space. You're not building it into any kind of weird shapes or backing into sizes that don't really fit the function of the van. And notice in some other builds, that can become a problem. If you're too modularized and too planned out, it doesn't allow for kind of the customization and the natural flow of things in a van. And so that's why we take the extra time to build all of our cabinets from scratch. We finish all the edges with a nice poly stain. This has a maple finished cabinet here. Behind me, you'll see our Vitrifrigo stainless steel refrigerator. It is, I believe, 3.2 cubic feet. It's got a nice large freezer, which can fit, without squishing, pints of ice cream, which not every 12-volt fridge, which is can say. Behind me is our shower. Again, this is a 24 by 36-inch shower. Hot water is provided by our mini tank Bosch heater, hot water heater, again, that runs off the inverter we talked about before, which gives you all the hot water you would possibly need in one of these showers. My wife and I can both take a shower. We can do the dishes. The water's still hot. It's just really, it's a game changer when you're spending a lot of time in the van, being able to step in at the end of the day and just take a nice quick shower. So we've loved having that. We installed a Nautilus self-squeegeeing door. What's nice about this is as it goes in, all the water from the inside gets squeegeed off and runs right into your shower pan where all the water goes and then drains right out the bottom of the van. Same with the sink. We just drain straight to the ground. You have the option of adding in gray tanks if you want, if you're gonna be spending more time in campgrounds or you're gonna be using non-biodegradable products. We can, install gray tanks if desired. All right, welcome to the bedroom area of Smokey. Back here, we've got a custom-made full-size mattress in a 74-inch wide, although it's really head to toe, sleeping area. You'll see we've kind of done these knockouts. What we'll do is take the insulation and the wall right to the edge of the van's exterior walls and get as much space out of this area as we can, and it really makes for a pretty comfortable sleeping area. Above the bed, you've got these big, huge, again, custom cabinets, tons of storage up here. These are 14 inches tall, 12.5 inches deep, 54 inches wide. It's a very large space. You can store tons of clothing or other items up there. So plenty of storage for that. Above the pillows on this side, you'll see we have some adjustable lamps. They are dimmable, and they also have plugs for USB cables, so you can plug your phone in as you're sleeping. On the far side of the bed, you'll notice a little shelf that we add to our beds. The nice thing about that addition, which was basically brought on by the suggestion of my wife, is if you're the partner or person that's sleeping on that side of the bed, you don't have anywhere to put anything. So we always add a shelf or kind of a custom little nook for people that are on that side of the bed, so they don't feel left out or stranded at the back of the bed. So it's a nice little addition, and again, that's sort of the stuff we try to bring to our vans with Nothing Ventured. Is, you know, we've spent a lot of time in vans. My wife and I have probably spent 6 months of the past 3 years in vans, and when you spend that much time in them, you really start to learn it's the small little things. It's the coat hooks, it's the shelf, it's the plugs, it's the flow of the vehicle, and how everything works together. And we feel like that's what sets us apart from a lot of other builders, is just having that practical experience. Hey, so welcome to the garage of the van. Back here, we've got our electrical system over here on the right, our water plumbing system over here on the left. We'll start with our water. A nice little input here. You can just connect a garden hose, turn it on, and we've mounted a light over the tank so you can keep an eye on your water level as it fills, which is just a nice little feature there. Above the tank, you have an access area here where the pump, accumulator tank, hot water heater, and other items are located. So tucked up out of the way, but also accessible if you need to address any issues or get to anything. Also, nice little storage area if you got stuff that's small and you want to be able to tuck it away. Underneath the garage here, we've got some dimmable lights. So it's just a nice little feature to be able to kind of adjust back here. Moving over to the right side, our electrical system. Kind of like we just talked about with the plumbing side of things, and what we talked about with kind of our overall ethos of building things that are practical, that make sense for you, but that are also refined. Our electrical system we build it in a way that it looks nice, it displays well, but it's practical. So you can get to everything. So you can replace fuses if they blow. So you can turn or flip breakers that happen to go. So this section right here houses our electrical system. These panels just slide right out. You can get access to the entire fuse and electrical system for the van. So you've got our distribution panel here, as well as a 110 house distribution panel there. We use Blue Sea Systems and other marine grade components for virtually all the wiring and fuses and whatnot. So it's all top of the line. Safety is a huge concern, so we've used these large breaker switches to be able to kill power to our two 206 amp hour batteries. This is our DC to DC charger, which takes basically energy from your alternator in the van and charges your batteries in the back. At the same time, it also manages your solar power. So on the roof, we have 400 watts of solar power, and this system also manages that. What's nice is it also allows it's a smart system, the Renogy product, the DC to DC and MPPT controller. What's really cool is if your van battery is actually running low, this system will sense that and can top off your starter battery so that you'll never have to worry about your battery being dead. It's all linked and it all works together. So, we're really happy with how this is laid out, your ability to get to everything, to access everything, yet at the same time, we put it away so that it's clean and it's buttoned up, and you can toss anything back here and not worry about it. So that's kind of the two sides of our vans. They're practical and they're functional and they do exactly what they're supposed to do, but they do so looking good, and that's really what we're going for. One other feature I wanted to point out on this van is these new rear cargo door windows, which actually open and have screens. And what's really nice about this is in the past, you've been able to obviously put in just, you know, your regular windows, and that brings nice light into the back of the van, but you always had to put in side windows so that you could have airflow and to keep your van nice and cool and comfortable. What's nice about this is you get two birds with one stone, essentially. You are going to put windows back in here anyway, so the idea that you can do that and also have sliding doors that, or windows, excuse me, that open, you know, allow you to achieve two purposes, and also you don't have to cut two more, you know, holes in your van. That's going to reduce your insulation, make your van less efficient, and more expensive. So really happy with these. They're just a really cool product. You open these at night and you turn your fan on a hot night, and the air just pulls right over the vet, and it's just it's a really nice feature. We're really happy with how it turned out. Okay, well, thank you so much for spending a little time with us and going on this tour. If you would like more information about our builds or Nothing Ventured, you can head on over to nothingventuredvans.com or check out us on Instagram, Nothing Ventured Vans. And on either place, you can reach out to me. We are currently taking slots for 2023 for custom builds. We have 2 remaining if you'd like to reach out. And other than that, once again, thanks for checking out our van.
You may have noticed that you can buy our ebook. Our ebook shows you how to build a van conversion. It has 190 pages of text, diagram, and images showing you various options of various systems. It also comes with 25 videos that show you hands-on how to do many parts of building a van. Also, coming out soon, we have a course. The course releases in December, and if you sign up now, you get early access and a discount. The course is really in depth. It shows you everything from how to use basic tools all the way through to doing your gas, your water, and your electric installation. Not only that, but within the course, we support you hands-on in making your electrical specification. And you get to join a community of like-minded van builders who are building their vans at exactly the same time. Follow the links to find out more, and thanks for watching.